dollars you and we have helped over 500 students for the past 10 years doing this nationwide, and we won a lot of awards, all of that as well. So I will do everything in my power to make it worth your while tonight and make sure that I ask for is put everything away, focus on you, your dreams, your goals, have your full attention today. That's all. All right. So put your credit card away. It's not a sales call. Don't worry about that. My goal is to give you as much value as possible for the next hour and a half that we'll be together here. Maybe go for 4 hours. No, I'm kidding. Okay. So relax, have fun, and put down in the chat where you're coming from. What's your biggest why as well? And what is your biggest challenge? So the more you can participate, the more I can know about you, the more I can help you, right? So, and the more that other people can know about you as well, we can all collaborate and build a community together. So that's what it's all about. Collaboration over competition, being coachable over being a know-it-all, you know, and have a positive attitude. Always be on the positive side, right? So welcome everybody. Good to see you guys. Put down in the chat. Who are you? Where are you from? Where you live now? Also, what's your biggest dream? All right. What's your biggest dream? What's your biggest challenge you're dealing with? That way I can help you. That's all. That's my number one goal is to help you tonight. Okay. Deal? Sounds good. And welcome, Dale, Wanda. Okay. So don't be shy, guys. Put down in the chat. What's your biggest dream? What's your biggest challenge? Okay. And let me share my screen here. We're gonna get started right now. So put it down. Okay. All right. So today I'm gonna talk about how I went from a trapped corporate slave to have absolute freedom with corporate housing, insurance housing, without the need to own any properties, have any employees, or even real estate experience. Okay. And now, how am I able to live the life of my dreams with my wonderful, beautiful wife, a little travel all over the world? Right now, we're actually in the French Riviera. We've been in Italy for the past 2 months, just running from the southernmost tip of Italy all the way to the north, and now we're in the French Riviera. We're about to go to Monaco next. The beach club as well is Central Pay Beach Club, where the Jeff Bezos, the movie stars attend. So, and all of this did not happen overnight, right? All of this is a very humble beginning as immigrant to America with absolutely nothing. I was able to do this by the grace of God. All glory to God in Jesus Christ, of course, my Savior. But the main reason why I'm here talking to you in the French Riviera, having a time of my life, my beautiful wife, is because of the corporate housing arbitrage model business system that we have built for the past over 20 years in real estate, but specifically corporate housing over 10 years now. So how many who want this have absolute financial freedom, not just the money freedom, but the time freedom, relationship freedom, and location freedom, right? There's a lot of doctor and lawyer, they have the money freedom, but they don't have the time freedom. Not many people can book a one-way ticket, you know, to world class, business class, lay down flat seat that we had literally to a country where we don't know anything much about. And based on that, we decide where we want to go next, right? So it's been a beautiful journey and we do this all the time. So the last country was Costa Rica. Stay there, end up stay there for 3 months. Absolutely amazing. Okay. Now it's all over Italy and Europe. And before that, we were in Greece, Santorini. Amazing. But anyway, I will do everything in my power to make it worth your while. Stay to the end. I will give you the blueprint on how you can do this as well. And I will promise for 3 people that will stick it through and participate, I will analyze your market for you and answer any questions you have. Okay? Sounds good? Who in here want me to analyze your market for you for absolutely free? Okay? Something that people pay me thousands of dollars for to do. Okay? Because you can find one deal, guys, one deal, one client, one relationship can change everything for the rest of your life. Okay? So Marianne, this is Maria from California. Big Y is real estate, biggest dream. Okay. Biggest challenge, speak like an American. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Time freedom. How do we get into corporate housing? We will talk about that. So I invested over $1 million into my mindset, my strategy, my mentor, my community for the past 20 years now as an entrepreneur. Okay. I discovered the one vehicle that has helped me to get absolute freedom today. And I learned from the right people and I refuse to give up. That's the biggest key as well. All of these gentlemen, whether it's play poker with billionaire Grant Cardone on his yacht or travel the world and go on a world tour with Tony Robbins and his top elite platinum partners, or play chess with Sir Richard Branson on his own island, I have picked up as many gems of wisdom I learned from all these billionaires. And I want to pass on that on to you, to all my followers as well. So the key is definitely learn from the right people. Okay. Have the right community, have the right mindset, and just never, never give up. I will go over all of that. But it's not about me, guys. It's about what we have created as a community of students. For example, these 2 students met within the community. They both were frustrated and burned out their job. And within a couple months, they partner up together and they have built a passive income that equivalent to their full-time job. Literally, imagine that. Just a couple months. Or if it's Sunny who do a 3-month stay through insurance and they pay upfront, right? Or if it's moms, dads, mother, father out there, like Ann or Amanda. They're both working moms with full-time job with kids running around. And if anybody more busy, is working moms, right? You got 3 jobs, managing your kids, managing your job, managing your husband, right? I don't know how y'all do it, but these 2 did it and they're able to follow the system that we built literally within months, make 6-figure income, retire, travel around the world, and now having the time of their life. So whether you are 15 years old that we have helped or an 80 years old, well, it doesn't matter what color, what background, what profession, or a truck driver, even to a, you know, blue collar, any kind of job you have, doesn't matter. You can learn this. We have so many people that be in your shoes as well. So my goal for this training to teach you how to make 6-figure passively through secrets beyond Airbnb that nobody else really teaching this. I've been doing this for a long time. Okay, we were the OG, the original, who actually teach people how to do corporate housing, insurance housing, where everybody is talking about Airbnb and vacation rental. I'm like, that is not the way to freedom, right? That is not the way to full, absolute corporate freedom. Okay. So my story is immigrant from a third world country of Vietnam. We come to America with absolutely nothing except a dream. We all had to sleep in one tiny room, not just a bedroom, one room, all 4 of us. but determined to achieve the American dream. I didn't even speak English. I didn't even know anybody. So if you know somebody in this great country and you speak English, you're way ahead of where I was, right? And we had to grow up in the ghetto and fight for everything that we had. Okay. So even with that, I sacrificed everything and the whole family did to go to school, become a good citizen, doctor, and lawyer, like they always told us, right? So fast forward like 8 years of college, sacrificed everything, got my doctorate in pharmacy and my MBA. And I thought I made it. I got a white coat and my six figures, right? Within my first year, I won the Pharmacist of the Year award for a Fortune 1 company. And I was like, oh man, I'm going to retire. I'm going to have fun, financial freedom. I was so naive. Next thing I know, they sat me down. They gave me a 2% raise, which doesn't even keep up with inflation. And they cut my staff by 30% because they know that I can handle it. And I was like, what am I doing here? How many have similar experiences, right? You climb the corporate ladder, climb to the top, and just to know that you are on the wrong ladder, okay? Or you're leaning on the wrong wall, okay? Because I was looking at my mentor, who was a pharmacist who was there for over 20 years, who has even way more experience than I ever would dream of, way more knowledge, understanding, and yet he was more frustrated, more burnout, have more health issues, and he couldn't even take a vacation when he wanted. He got to ask permission 3 months in advance, and he got to pray that you get accepted. I'm like, this is not the way I want to live my life, okay? Because I was trapped. And on top of it all, my mom was diagnosed with cancer at the time. And then I was like, I gotta figure out something fast because I want to repay them for the sacrifice that they have done for me. So I try all kind of businesses you can imagine. I tried drop shipping. Who need to try drop shipping? Who need to try multi-level marketing? Okay. Day trading, franchise, opening up multifamily, all of that. Realtor, traditional real estate. Okay. Try it all. All of these does work. It's just not passive income, no matter what they tell you out there. Okay. And it's 10 times, 100 times harder than this business. Why? For example, drop shipping or multi-level marketing, you need thousands of customers, thousands of transactions, thousands of products every single month just to make a living. I mean, who here want to deal with thousands of transactions, thousands of customers, thousands of people you got to babysit, right? No, thank you. For me, anyway. So that's not gonna work. It's not a freedom job. It's not a freedom business. I'm only sorting after freedom businesses that give you the ultimate freedom because that is what all we are all seeking, right? The ultimate freedom. Do whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it with whomever you want to do it with, whenever you want to do it with, wherever you want to do it with, right? So let's look at day trading. That is a full-time overtime job that will give you a heart attack, like many did with many people. I did that for many years, not proud of it because I would make a ton of money and then I lose it all in a week. I'll make a ton of money and I lose it all again. And I was like, keep doing that several times. And I quickly realized that we are simply sheeple when it comes to day trading because you are going against institutions with hundreds of professional hedge funds manager, and their single job is to take money out of your pocket. So it's like you're doing the wrong game. Okay. And then franchise, opening up a restaurant, opening up a small business. Who in here has family who do small businesses or you do it themselves? Small businesses, traditional brick and mortar is the hardest thing you ever do. I have my MBA. I know the stats. For the first 5 years, 90% of businesses break even. I mean, 90% of business fail. The last 10% is break even. And then every 10 years, even worse. So why? Because traditional businesses take a ton of overhead, got a ton of workload. to put in, like, for example, for me, I put $400,000 into opening up a restaurant just to know that 2 years to build it, that I have a full-time job managing a bunch of teenagers. Okay. And I was like, there's no freedom there. Okay. Who need to try multi, some of that, or multi-family before? Okay. So I went to so many seminars, I talked to so many people, talked to so many big gurus, and you know, some of them were teaching big commercial deals, you know, big multi-family, like apartments, hundreds of properties, or doing fix and flip, or doing billboard, doing commercial, all this thing. I literally learned everything, travel around the world. These big deals take a lot of money and time that most people don't have. So even a pharmacist, I was really hard to break into this world of commercial real estate, right? And even if you do break in and make it work, you don't have relationship freedom. What do I mean by that? You have to have like 5, 10 different partners, and you have to have like 50, 100 different investors that you have to answer to. I was like, okay, where's the freedom in that? Okay. Who do you want to be who is a realtor, traditional real estate, mortgage broker, etc. I was there too. I done it too. You make some money, make some sell, make some money, but it's not consistent, predictable. It's not passive either. Makes sense? And you got to work nights and weekend. Who don't want to work nights and weekend the rest of their life? Not me. Okay. I was frustrated. I was burned out and I was trapped. Who here feeling frustrated, burnout, or trapped? Put that some heart, some fire in the chart, in the chat. Okay. Remember, the more you can participate, the more I can help you. I free up your energy. I see you. This is Dr. Chau. It's not Dr. Chau AI. You know how I see you? You know, Kalia, I'm here with you. Mariah, Samsung SM, I'm here with you too. Okay. Stephanie, Emily, Wanda, Crispita, Samika, I can name on Viv. Let's go. All right. All my hundreds of thousand followers, thank you for joining. Okay. So anyway, prior to becoming free, I was working 60-hour plus a week. I was lost. I was miserable. I was at rock bottom. Who in here feeling that way? I feel you. I was there. Okay. Thank you for your honesty. You know why? I respect that so much because the only person you BSing yourself, guys. Right? The biggest breakthrough I learned from Tony Robbins is number one, you gotta be honest with yourself. Okay. That's the first step. But anyway, I was there. I was like, please God, help me. Show me the way. I did everything society told me to do. How many feel that way? Become a professional, got my MBA, got my doctorate, do all the right things, become a pharmacist of the year, Fortune 1 company, where there's no freedom. I'm still lost. I'm still miserable. I don't see the lights at the end of the tunnel. I don't want to do this for the next 30 years. That's where I was. Try and fail all kind of businesses you can imagine, probably over like 30 different businesses, all industries. And I was like, what is the answer? What is the answer, God? Give me a way. And that is when I met somebody that gave me an epiphany. I forever thank that lady to this day. She absolutely changed my life. She gave me one idea that shifted everything for me. What if you don't have to own the property to make money from it? What if you can leverage OPP, other people properties, and you can scale to freedom? Voila. Never thought about that before. Because up to this point, I was still in the matrix. Remember the matrix? We've been taught to sit down, shut up, go to school, become a doctor, a lawyer, save a bunch of money, get a mortgage, get a house, get locked in for life, and work to pay for that mortgage, and then maybe buy another mortgage, and then the bank actually own the property that you don't even own because if you behind your payment, guess what? It's not your property, it's the bank property. And the stats is not good for people who own property. Okay. So I was like, and then I was buying property at that time to rent it out long term, which I make no cash flow whatsoever, even maybe just a couple $100 a month. And I was like, how long would it take me to make $10,000 a month to get my freedom? So it took me like 5 years to save up, buy a house, and I was making $300. I need 33 of those to make 10,000. If it took me 3 to 5 years, how long would that take, guys? 30, no, that's freaking 100 years. Okay. Who in here want to have 100 years to save, to wait? So here's the crazy thing. Does Airbnb even own any properties? No. Does Uber own any cars? No. And yet they become the biggest company in their space in the shortest amount of time. Why? Because they learn how to leverage other people's stuff. That's what you want to learn. Okay. So I got my start 15 years ago in the Airbnb world when it first came out. And voila, I was able to leverage other people probably scale 20 something probably very quickly and got my freedom. Okay. And then I quickly learned that the short-term game is not the game. And we go over into that, right? To freedom, ultimate freedom. Okay. Short-term game, you can make short-term gains, but it doesn't give you consistent, predictable, and have ultimate freedom. But we'll talk about that. But the most important idea here I want to share with you is you can leverage other people's property, and that's how you're able to scale. So anyway, who in here want to book a free consultation with me? I usually my schedule is super slam, but I only schedule aside about 3 to 5 slots for you guys. So when it's gone, it's gone. But the link in the chat if you want to book this one-on-one call with me. Okay. So you got to apply. It's not for everybody. I can't accept anybody as well because my time, right? So you got to apply, and the link is in the chat. Now, again, today, right here on this call, this is not a sales call. You can put your credit card away, relax, nothing to sell today. This, we are transparent. We are a mentorship company, a mentorship educational company. So you want to learn more how to do this, and you want to see if you qualify, have alignment with what we do, and book a call. If not, no worries. Learn as much as you can. I wish you the best, and God bless, right? All good to you, okay? But for those who are serious, who want to compress decades into days, like my mentor Tony Robbins always say, right? And who want to avoid costly mistakes and actually are serious about this business, about themselves, about their future, about their dreams and goals, then I invite you to book the call, okay? And see if we have alignment. And I interview my mentee as well. I want to make sure it's a good fit for me. Number one, I need to know is, are you coachable or not? Okay. If you're not coachable, I can't help you. Okay. Number two, do you have a positive attitude? If you're negative, I can't help you either. I don't want a community of negative people. Number three, are you a giver or a taker? Right? We build a community of giver. Anyway, the old model is to change your time more for money directly. 1 hour of your life for X amount of dollars. Salary is even worse because they overwork you, they underpay you, and they told us to put money to a safe place, quote unquote. 50 years from now, we might see it. Okay. I mean, you think about it. Who in here know anybody that this model actually worked out for? They actually retired decade millionaire, have ultimate freedom, travel the world, and still have the energy, the youth to actually do it. Have you ever wondered why? I do this a lot. I ask so many people. Nobody have ever said yes. This happened for them. So question everything, guys. Remember the matrix again? We've been plugged into the matrix, this whole system. Have you ever wondered why most people are slaving away, can't meet ends meet, and yet the hedge funds manager is the one who drives Ferrari, the banker is the one who, you know, talking about like the hedge fund manager, big bankers. They're the one who live in the mansion. They're the one who drive jets. in their 20s and 30s. Why? Because this model is not built for you, it's built for them. And yet they told you to put money into a safe place 40, 50 years from now. You might see it again. You might still be alive. Okay. And you might be able to enjoy your life back then, by then. Like, why? Why would I want to wait till I'm old and can't move and then go travel? Doesn't make any sense. Okay. Why would I want to give somebody my money that I wouldn't see for 40 years? Okay. Anyway, the new model, you want to create an equitable, scalable business model where you do not directly exchange your time for money. You want to earn money while you sleep. Take a screenshot of this. Share this. This is the holy grail to financial freedom. And then you got to know how to reinvest into yourself and your business. That's the biggest hack, guys, is invest into yourself. Find the right mentor, put time and money forward, right? Instead of wasting many years, okay, trying to figure out on your own. And remember, guys, not spending money, it's investing. You got to return. If you go blow it on, Gucci, Chanel, or whatever, then that is blowing it. Okay. You're not getting return. But you invest in the mentor, you invest in yourself, in the education, in the connection, you get a 10 times, 100 times return. Okay. And then you want to have multiple sources of income backed up by real estate. That's the key. That's the key to freedom. You gotta have multiple sources of income backed up by real estate. I don't care who you are. If you want freedom, right? Like all my mentor, all these billionaire mentor, they can disagree on everything else, but they agree on one thing. You gotta have real estate making you income. That's how you get freedom. But the challenge with traditional real estate is nobody really have money to buy 10 houses, pay off. I don't have to worry about it. Okay. People are not, they don't have that kind of cash. So the next best thing to do is to leverage other people's property. You see? Imagine you have 10 houses make you money in your sleep. These 10 houses work hard 24/7 for you. You don't have to see them, touch them, babysit them, ask them how you're doing, talk to them, nothing. They're houses. They work in their sleep. Okay. Your tenants don't even want to see you. That's the best part about this. What business where the clients they don't need to see you, they don't need to talk to you, and you make passive income from? You tell me. Every other business almost, even you're a doctor and lawyer, the more you want to make, the more clients you got to see, the more clients you got to serve, the more time with the clients, you get paid for that, all of that, right? Real estate, being a landlord, is really the rarest company that is you don't have to see the client to make the money. That's why you get ultimate freedom. That is not hacked by AI. That cannot be hacked. Okay, AI is hacking everything out there, and you think your job is safe? Think again. Even doctor and lawyer are not safe. 10 years from now, you're gone. Okay. The only business that AI cannot really hack, one of the rarest one, there's other ones, but the one that is the most stable is AI cannot hack where you and I be sleeping tonight. Think about that. Everybody need a place to sleep. It doesn't matter what kind of AI you got. You got to have a place to sleep. Okay? And that's never going to change. So you learn how to master this business and learn how to leverage other people's property. The sky's the limit. You have ultimate freedom the rest of your life. Okay? So the hard way is definitely on your own. I was confused about picking the right location, staff, hospitality, scale, etc. Right? I lost literally hundreds of thousands of dollars and tens of thousands of hours. I had to close down more than 10 of these corporate housing Airbnbs because I didn't know what I was doing. I had to figure out all on my own. But I can save you from these nightmares because I had no mentor. I had no support group. I had no help with all the little stuff. Because I started like 20 years ago with real estate, 15 years ago with Airbnb, 10 years ago with corporate housing. Nobody know what the heck any of these was back then. Okay. Even then, I scaled 20 something corporate housing and I got my freedom. The rest is history. And since then, we have helped hundreds of people just like you to make hundreds of these corporate housing nationwide now. So one of the biggest nationwide, if not the biggest, for having a mentorship company to helping people to do this. So why is this different? The clients stay for months instead of days. This one thing right here, guys, listen very carefully. If you're doing any kind of short-term Airbnb rental, this one hack has increased my freedom by 10 times, decreased my pain and stress by at least 10 times or more. Okay. Why? Because the length of stay is about 20, 30 times longer. For example, our average length of stay is 3 to 6 months instead of 3 to 6 days. Do the math. That's 30 times longer. So therefore, your workload is cut by 30 times. Okay, literally. And then you charge them 2 times the market rent while minimize management. Why would this company pay 2 times the market rent? Because it's a lot cheaper than hotel. You save in the company 50%, 70% versus they go out and spend on hotel. Imagine you have four guys, four girls for your company go into a temporary job project. Are you gonna rent four hotels or one house? Which one save you money? Exactly. If you are a family, knock on wood, you go through a disaster, flood, hurricane, fire, are you gonna want to stay in a hotel for 3 months with dogs, your cat, or whatever, and your kids running around screaming all over in the one tiny hotel? Or you want a home? You see, you want a home with a private yard, with a kitchen, with space. That's why this business exists. You see? So it's 10 times less management than vacation rental and 10 times more freedom because you're making way more cash flow, 10 times less risk and headaches versus traditional rental because the business to business, not business to consumer, right? So if you've been a landlord, a property manager anytime, longer as 5, 10 years or more, tenants, problem tenants is the biggest headache. Eviction, you know, squatters, all that is huge headaches and take a lot of time, money, and energy, right? What if you can never, don't have ever to deal with that? Why? Here's the hack. You ready? I mean, guess how many evictions we have for the past 10 years doing this? Hundreds of property, hundreds of clients. Even if one client have one property, one hiccup, one eviction, that would be 100 eviction, right? That would be a fair statement, right? But guess what? It's not even 100. It's not even 20. It's not even 10. Zero, guys, zero. Yes. Why? Because it's business to business. You understand? Business to business. It's not business to consumer. It's a business to business game, right? So companies, they have resources. Insurance, they're a $1 trillion company. Corporations, they're not going to mess around with rent, right? They don't want a big, you know, reputation. At least all they care about, right? So escape a lot of regulation and have a lot of tax exempt. What I mean by that, if you do anything with short-term Airbnb, you got to pay 15% sales tax, right? Hotel tax. And then you got to do permit on every single thing, right? Or if you do fix and flip, yeah, you have permit on every single thing. And it got a bunch of tax too. You think you just sell it and make a profit. No, 30 to 40% gone. So why is this different? Because it's over 30 days, usually stay. So is you escape the hotel tax, right? And then you're making cash flow. That's a lot of write-off. Again, this is not financial advice, it's not tax advice. Do whatever you will. This is my opinion based on our experiences. Okay. So Anyway, there's a lot of different strategies that I have partners that can know how to do it for our community members, where you have a ton of write-up because everything is real estate related. Everywhere you go is real estate. That's why we build this community for a reason. Okay. Anyway, short term and midterm is over 30 days. Tenants are a lot better. They're more professional. They don't want to lose their job. You don't have to have the headache of management like a short term and pay a bunch of money. The difference between owning versus renting. Why do you arbitrage? Why do you rent other people's property? Because for one house you buy, you can do 10 of these arbitrage. Who wouldn't want to make money from 10 houses instead of one? Okay, exactly. Case in point, right? Who in here want to have 10 diversified property market instead of put all your eggs in one house? And then if you pick the wrong one, you pretty much done, right? I mean, I have people in fix and flip game for over 20, 30 years lose everything in a couple of deals. Why? Because there's so many variables. You put so much in one basket. Why? When you can do 10 of these, right? And you make money 10 times, okay? And if you mess up one, you're not game over. You know, you mess up one, you still have 9 out of one make you income. Make sense? So this is a financial freedom formula for you. Ready? That's all you need. This is exactly what I did to get freedom and how I allowed my student to do it. Month 1, do 1 deal like this, make 2K a month. Month 2, you do 2 more deals, now 6K a month. Month 3, you do 2 more deals, now you're 10K a month. 3 months from now, you can be making 6-figure income, 10K a month, 120K a year, passively working 4-hour a week the rest of your life. Sounds good? Who want to sign up? All right. My fastest student did it in literally 1 month. 5 deals, make over 15K a month, retire on the beach. The best part, he flew back home to take care of his mom for 6 months in Canada, and that money is still rolling in. Why? Because it's passive income backed up by real estate. Okay? Now, that's just the starting point. You do that for another 3 months, now you had about 10 properties, 11 properties, make you 20-something K a month. Who can retire at that point? Usually around 10 to 20K a month, right? You can retire, travel around the world, take care of your kids, your grandkids, leave a legacy. Put down in chat, where's your why? Okay. So if you do nothing else, put this into a trust fund, your kids and their kids, set for life. You do nothing else, over 10 years, that's over $2.6 million that you start with 6 months. You can scale 20-something properties too and take it from there, right? So anyway, book a free call with us, okay? Now, I only set aside about 5 spots for this event. So once gone, it's gone. So only if you're serious, only if you're coachable, only if you're gonna like make it happen. Because I don't, I only very selective with who I work with. So I tell people that all the time. I want to make sure it's a good fit for me. So if that sounds like you and you take it seriously, then book a call with us. The link's in the chat. Okay. For those of you watching me on social media, just send us a DM or click the link in my bio and book a one-on-one with me. We can go from there. Okay. Okay. So with that, I'm going to share a quick highlight video. By the way, we have hundreds and hundreds of testimonials nationwide. So let me share with this one real quick. There we can go from there.
I'm officially leaving my pharmacist career, the job, next month. I'm gonna be drafting my resignation letter in housing.
That is awesome. How much are you making now?
About on average $20,000. Last month was my biggest month. Of course, I grossed up $50,000.
Wow.
First time.
How long did it take you to get there?
9 months now.
How long did it take you to become a pharmacist?
Forever.
Actually got 2 appointments on Tuesday for 2 houses.
Nice.
And I've made a personal goal to at least get 8 houses before the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do everything I can to beat that number.
That's 20K a month. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Started 5 months ago, and since then, an average of one every month. I'm at 6 right now. Just talked to another landlord last night. Looks like we'll probably sign number 7 here next week. It's exciting.
How much are we making with this?
About 12,000 a month.
1,000 a month. Yeah. So peaceful, man. Look at this guy. He's he's glowing. He got money all over his face, man.
I've been doing about one a month, but I think in the next 12 months, I want to do 20 in the next 12 months. So
I'm a realtor in San Antonio. Life before was good, but life now is great. I started in mid-May or something like that. Got my property in June. Took about 2 weeks, furnished it, launched it. Less than 24 hours after that, I got a booking, and I've been 100% booked ever since.
Let's go. And how much profit are you making on that property per month?
I net about 3K a month from that property.
Yeah, you're not really doing much of anything, right?
Yeah, I'm not doing nothing. The network you provide, man, the tools you provide, people we're around, you teach us so much knowledge, man.
I met Dr. Chau at one of the Tony Robbins events, and he told me about this business, so I decided to take action right away. My wife really loved this idea. It took me about a couple of weeks. I got the place fixed up. It looked good. The first house, I averaged about $7,000 profit.
A month, by the way.
I really like the program. Everything is good. I'm working on my second property. It's just that because I've been doing it for 3 months. So if I would have had 3 houses, I probably would have had another 50K or something in my pocket. This is it's good money, easy money. You'll be in some beach somewhere and just getting paid. So that's cool.
I am a student with Dr. Chow's mentorship. We finally got our rentals, our arbitrage, so everything's going good. We got our bookings. And yesterday we joined the elite. Honestly, with this, we get to know everything Dr. Chow knows. We get to be personal friends with him and so much like education, because the value, it's way more than what he says. And in my opinion, it's the greatest thing that he's gonna do for everyone in this room. Thank you, Dr. Chow.
And how old are you?
I'm 15.
Let's go.
15. So a 15 years old, a truck driver, and a single mom can do it. There any more excuses left. Okay. That's why I love doing this business. It's about legacy now. It's about pass on to the next generation. So that's why we give scholarship to all of our student children, their grandkids, all of that. Because that's the real legacy. Is not the wealth you leave them, it's the knowledge, it's the connection, it's the skill, right? So, awesome. All right, so let's dive in here. We're going to talk about the 4-step proprietary system now that have got us freedom. Okay, so first, F, the FAST method. F is find the right location. A, ask to sublease. S, set up to stand out. T, to tap into the corporate clients. This is what we teach all of our students, very detailed. Every single week, mentorship, coaching, and all of that. But I'm going to give you a little taste of what we have if you decide to do this and take it seriously. So how do you find the right location? Because real estate is all about location. Location, 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 right? Myth, I don't want to know how to find a deal. Or a lot of people, a lot of gurus sell you a ton of research, a ton of software, so you have to pay a subscription for it, like AirDNA, Price Lab, and all of that. Costs you so much money, but you don't need to, right? And I'm over here telling you, hey, I want to save a lot of my students a lot of money so you don't have to do all that crazy stuff. Not crazy, but I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to pay that crazy amount. But all you do is just 3 H's. I write it down. Highways, hospitals, and hotels. Why? Because when 2 highways intersect, where attention flow, money flow. Okay? Attention flow, money flow. So, when 2 highways intersect, that's when you got the most amount of money flow. That's where the hotels, that's where the hospital put down 100 million to $1 billion. Don't you think they've done the research? Okay, winning relocation. We got so many slides, so many things for people who don't have time to go over all. Okay, I'm gonna breeze through this. My goal is to give you the most amount of info as much as possible. Bigger cities, the better cost of living. High is good. Actually, populated larger city, up and coming city in transition. Highways, hotels, hostel. This is a slide right here. Okay. So you want to look for the magical 3H system. Okay. You want to avoid downtown, HOA restricted area. You want a nice suburban neighborhood with good schools. Single family home, if you make it, that would be the best. What a risk of poor location choice. If you have low, you're gonna have low demand, difficulty attracting clients, decreasing private value. Okay. Location, why is it important? Because it's the most important thing, right? In real estate. The biggest thing is you gotta do midterm. Do arbitrage, don't buy because less risk if you can test the market. You know, when you buy a property, you're taking a bunch of risks. Okay. But anyway, let's go straight into analyzing the deals. I'll show you how to do this very quickly. So hopefully one of my students can be joining is Honapa. So whenever she joins, let me know. Bring her on. Okay. Um, other than that, I'm gonna keep going here. So who in here have a market, a deal that you want me to analyze for you? Put down the chat. Give me an address. Give me a market. I analyze it for you right now. I'll find you good deals and tell you if it's a good deal or not. So put down a chat. Put it down. Put it down. Don't be scared. Okay. People pay me thousands of dollars to do this for them. So they have to take advantage of this, guys. Okay. Okay, Richmond, Virginia. All right, Talia. Let's go. Okay. First of all, looking at where are the highway system flowing. It's two highway intersect here. 64, 360, 301, 64, you know, and then there's 95 right there. So good. So they got 3 or 4 intersection and it's in the middle of it, which is great. Okay. Intersection here, intersection you see. And then hospital. Go to major hospital. Yes. The 3 major hospital close by. Remember, this hospital costs billions of dollars, literally. The only thing they've done the research, of course, hotels. Boom. Check this out. There's hotels close by. These hotels put in hundreds of millions of dollars to build one. Right? They done the research. You see? And guess what? Where they at? At intersection of highways. Intersection of highway, intersection of highway, intersection of highway. You see? So boom. Right. And now I'm gonna give you an extra bonus that I only teach my students is the fourth H. You want to know what they are? It's called healthy grocery stores. Why? Because sophisticated people have figured out that the health is most important. And in order to have great health, you gotta have great food, right? So these, the Whole Food, the Trader Joe, the Sprout, you can count Costco too. They're all open in affluent, sophisticated area where people are a lot more sophisticated, right? So therefore, you can pretty much know that that area is a pretty good area if they have it. If they have this. So the house is right here, right? So there's Whole Food that is relatively close by. 10, 15 minutes, right? So good. So pass all the criteria. So that's great. Good job. Good job, Kalia. Great property, great location. That's the most important thing. Okay, good. Who in here has another property, another market? Right. So the house you rent is 2,400 per month. You can double that to about 4,800 a month for corporate. Okay. Literally, I had a student just an hour ago rented out her home for over a year and a half at double the market rent, double plus $500 a month for utilities. Okay. So it's ridiculous. Why? Because this insurance and this company have a ton of money and they don't know what to do with. Okay. That's one side. The other side is they don't want to spend that much money on hotel, like we said before. You got me? So who got another property, another deal you want me to analyze? Put down in the chat. Okay. Then put down in the chat. All right. So we want to expand the market too. By looking the market, you see most of these H's are on along this Highway 64 on the west side here and Highway 33. So if you're going to expand the business, guess what? I'm going to expand on the west side. You see? That's what I love about doing the system. You know exactly where you want to expand to. And I love about the arbitrage and the co-hosting, or we haven't even touched co-hosting. If you don't have money, much money, you don't even have to rent the property. You can do joint venture. Zero money down strategy that I'll be teaching, showing you guys in a little bit. You can do joint venture with other students in our community. You can do consulting, management. If you're a realtor, listen carefully, it's a perfect fit. You can not only sell a property one time, you want to target investor who can sell and buy multiple properties from you. And then you want to be the property manager for them at the end. That's where it's at. Because you're not only you're making the 20,000 selling the property, you're making 10, 20,000 a year passively. Not passively, but semi-passively from the property. Make sense? So that's why I love about doing that. Okay. Any other deal markets when we look at? Okay. Put down the chat. Don't be shy. Atlanta, Georgia. Let's go Atlanta. So you start with the highway system. Where two major highway meet, we can see that. Okay. So to find the area hospital, where the hospital congregate. Look, hospital. This is downtown, right? Start from downtown. So northwest or south has more hospital. North. North and more hospital. You see? 5 hospital in the north. There's like one way south. Okay. So hotels. Check this out. Boom. You got most of the hotels are in the north area. Okay. And if you want to filter it even more, hotels that are over $100. I'm in euro here, so maybe 135 euro, $200. Look, there's like barely anything in the south, barely anything in the west. Okay, it's more north and northeast and east, you see? And then you narrow it down some more. Healthy grocery stores. Boom. So clearly now, you see? There's a bunch of healthy grocery stores in the north There's none in the south. So what area? North and northwest, especially here. Sprouts, Costco, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's. See? So where will you do it in Atlanta? North of Atlanta. Okay. And because of this business, I would do three different markets. One here, right about north near Buckhead area. One here to the left here at the intersection of 75 and 285 that look very juicy. All the edges are lining up. And then one maybe a little bit further north here. Or you can do one a little bit east side as well. So try three different markets. Whatever works, double down that market. And if you do co-hosting or joint venture, you don't have to risk anything. You test the market. You see? That's what I love about this business. So what do you do next? You go in Zillow. Okay, Zillow.com. And hold on, let me see if one of my students can join. Oh yeah, we're waiting for the Zoom link. Me send to us. You can join us. Tell you her story here. Fantastic. She has a property that she rented for double the market rent. Okay. Double the market rent. And for over a year and a half. So amazing. Amazing. Okay. So you go here on Zillow. Just put in Zillow. And what are the criteria? So you want to find 3 bedroom, 2 bath or more. Click on rent. Okay. 3 bedroom, 2 bath. Property type. Houses, entire place. Allow small dogs, allow cats. Click on here, Atlanta. Okay. So look, property type, houses. Okay. Look, how many houses out there? See, a ton of them, right? Now, of course, some of them are very overpriced, but you're looking for the average, right? The average rent. So about 3,000 to 5,000 max, maybe 4,000. Then you can rent it out for 8,000 or more. See, hit remove boundaries. All right, you see so many property here. Nice one is good. Nice home, right? 3 bedroom, 2.5 bath, 4,000 a month. Can easily rent this for 8,000 or 10,000. Okay, very doable. Perfecto. Okay. And you want to look for the one that is not super like professional, not managed by a professional. Just by listing agents, okay, not a professional manager. So therefore, it's a lot more you can pitch them. They're more creative. And look, somebody spent their entire life savings to buy this house, renovate it, beautiful, put in brand new everything. Okay. And they're gonna end up making as much money as you, who just come in and become the manager, or just rent it from them. You see? So Hanaba, hey, good to see you. I'm actually analyzing an Atlanta market for a potential market here. And we were talking about how North Atlanta is the best, right? Buckhead area. And we find this property right here is in literally close to Buckhead. Beautiful property for 4,000, only 4,000 a month. You can easily do this for 8 or 10,000. You see? Cha-ching, right? And oh, I teach you you guys all a beautiful trick, a beautiful gem, a beautiful strategy that you don't even like. The biggest holdback for this business is furnishing the property, right? One of the biggest challenges, not the biggest, but check it out. What if you don't have to furnish it? So let somebody else do it too. So somebody else bought the property with their life savings, somebody renovated with their life savings and also take 2 years to build it. Okay, and then somebody furnish it. And because they don't know what they are doing, they are crying every night, praying to God for somebody like us to come in and help them. So look, all of these are furnished rental. Okay. So that you don't have to. So in north of Buckhead, okay, granite countertop, blah, 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 huge massive walking room, boom. Beautiful golf course tennis, 56 days on Zillow. Whoa, that's awesome. For some reason, it's not going. And that's where you come in. Perfect. Look at this home. Gorgeous. Okay. Ooh, we got little streams right here too. Oh man, that's beautiful. I just found you guys 2 deals literally within technically like minutes. This one is fully furnished. I mean, come on, 4,200, that's a steal. You guys don't do it, I'm calling them right now. Okay. You can rent this for 8,000, 10,000 easily. North of Buckhead, beautiful landscape. Look at this. The natural streams. Who here has this in their backyard? Look at this. So, quick tip. If you are doing this and you post, this will be your signature photo. Okay? Nobody have this. All right? I mean, incredible. Right in the middle of Buckhead. Come on now. All right? All right. So, you would call these landlord up, and then we have a script for them and all of that you would say. Okay, but the main thing is add value to their life. The biggest thing a landlord don't want is somebody to mess up their property. So the 4 things that you're gonna tell them is you're gonna help them. Number one, we're gonna take care of your property like it's our own. Number two, any repairs under $200, we're gonna pay for it. We're not gonna call you in the middle of the night. Number three, we get professionally clean every few months. We pay for it. And number four, you can even offer above market rent, and it's still a steal. You see? And if you're co-hosting, you don't even have to pay this rent. You can, hey, you're on 56 days on Zillow for a reason. How will you, like, we partner up? I bring you corporate clients. I got a connection, the track record that we have, all of that. And you can rent this out for 8,000 instead of 4,000. All I want is 20%. You get 80%. Sounds good? I mean, what are they gonna say? Go away? No, I don't want to rent it for 8,000. No, I don't want to make 3 times more cash flow, right? But anyway, I want to bring on one of my alumni, the wonderful Honapa, and good to have you here, everybody. Welcome, Honapa. All right.
Thank you,
Good to
Dr.
have you.
Chau.
Thank you
Can you
for
guys hear
coming.
me okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
Tell us a
great.
little bit about your background, where you from, and what do you do? What did you do as well?
Yeah, my name is Hanapa B, and I was in healthcare recruitment. Prior to that, I was in um, pharmaceutical or over-the-counter type sales with a Pfizer pharmaceutical, big-time pharma company. Did that for many years, and then I went into healthcare recruitment for many years. And I've always wanted to kind of get into real estate. And of course, real estate is can be quite costly getting in. And I've always been fascinated with doing the whole rental thing. Started out with long-term rental, and then quickly find out that it's really hard work and a lot of capital, and you're not really getting a whole lot of return back. And then I stumbled on Dr. Chau's midterm corporate rental, and I followed him for a while. And I finally took the plunge and got into his course and started doing midterm. I have some properties that's quite far. I live in the Portland, Oregon, Vancouver, Washington market, which is in the Pacific Northwest. And I have several properties out in the Midwest area. So I've got some Georgia properties out there, and I was trying to transition it from long-term rental to corporate rental. And while I was trying to do that, I was reached. First of all, I did everything Dr. Chau taught us. It listed it in ALE Solutions and all the other corporate sites. And they reached out to me, and they had a family that first had a flood, and they needed a property for that family desperately. And I was trying to get it furnished. I wasn't even furnished yet. So he was talking about how expensive furnishing can be. Yes, I was kind of stressing out about that too. But luckily they really, really needed the property. So I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, but my property is available, but it's not furnished yet." And they were like, "Okay, that's fine. We'll furnish it for our clients." So I was able to rent that unfurnished to ALE Solutions, and I did that for maybe about 6 months or so for the family that had a flood. And then they came back after that family. They came back, and another family had a fire, and their house was completely totaled. So they needed to rent for. They started out with just 6 months, but then they kept extending. So they've been with us now for like maybe, I want to say like close to a year and a half or so. And so it's been quite great. I didn't have to furnish for it because they had a huge need. So like Dr. Cho said, furnishing can be quite expensive, but if they have a huge need, it's definitely doable without it being furnished. It's definitely negotiable as well. So it's been going great. Thank you so much for all of your help and your support. And the other thing I want to say is that Dr. Cho is always there. Anytime you need help with anything, he's always like a text away or a call away. And we have a really good in-house support system where everybody is on this Telegram, and we are helping and supporting each other. So anytime you have any questions, you put your questions in there, and you can get someone chiming in and helping you out with any questions you have every step of the way. So yeah, anyway, it's been going great. Thank you so much for your help.
Awesome. Give her a hand. I'm so proud of her. So one important detail is you rent it out not just for those time, but you rent it for double the amount of the market rent.
Correct.
Plus 500, right? So
right.
Tell us about that.
So per your instruction, you said to take the market rent, and I think our market rent in that particular area was 1,500. So I took 1,500 times it by 2, which is 3,000, and I added the 500 for utilities per your instructions. So that's $3,500, right? Versus getting just 1,500, if that. Sometimes you get a little bit less for long-term rental. So $3,500, and minus my mortgage, I'm probably getting like over like almost $3,000, 2,000, at least 800 or so.
Wow,
So
that's
yeah,
amazing. Yes.
it
So
is
whatever
amazing.
market you're in, yeah, you use that same formula, right? If you're in California, I have students who have rented, the market there about 6,000 a month. They rent it for 12,000. Okay.
Mhm.
And when you're in New
Mhm.
York, Florida, so one house there, you can make literally 5, 6,000. I mean, how much are you making at your job, guys? So just reverse engineer it. How many houses do you need to replace that income? Not many, right? How many clients relationship do you need to replace that income? Not many, only a couple of landlord, couple of relationships can change everything. So, and also want to ask you, how did we help you specifically as far as your mindset goes, and also the surrounding yourself with a community, the things that people don't see, you know, just the result on the surface, but more of about talk about the mindset and the energy of the community that bring to you.
Yeah, definitely having the right mindset is definitely key.
Mhm. And also the community, how is the community help you as well?
Hmm.
Can you share, is my internet okay? Okay.
I,
Can you
I
share a
can hear
little bit
you.
about, yeah, about the community and how we able to bond together and help each other out and move forward together?
Yeah, yeah. There's definitely a very positive community. So we use an app called Telegram, and everyone is always in there, sharing stories. Helping each other out. You can always reach out with any questions that you have, like I mentioned earlier, and
Mhm.
there's always someone that's going to be available to chime in. If not, Dr. Cho is always there as well, chiming in and helping you answer any questions that you have. And he's also on a weekly call as well, um, taking any questions, doing his Q&A. So there's always help whenever you need it.
Gotcha. Very good. So if you can talk to somebody who was on the fence about this, thinking about doing this, or still have hesitance or have fear, doubts, and all of that, what would you tell them?
I had the same fear. I had the same doubt. I had the same anxiety. Um, but I really, really wanted to get away from that long-term rental. So I took the leap, and I'm glad I did because I've learned some um, very high-level strategy of making way more than what I was making in terms of rental. So I'm glad I did. Thank you. Yes, I would
Yeah,
encourage you to
absolutely.
just take a chance. You will be glad you did because long term rental is really not, yeah, you're not going to get a lot. It's, like I said, a lot of hard work, a lot of stress, and not a whole lot of return.
Hmm. Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you so much for having here today. And then we'd love to always see you and around the community and help out as well. So everybody give Honorable an amazing hand for giving up some of her time here today with us. Good to see you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Awesome. So there you go. Okay. And we literally have hundreds and hundreds of testimonials like that. My team can drop the link in the testimonial chat for people to look at other stories as well. There's so many stories. So imagine where you are at, right? With even just one property, Honaba is making over 30,000 a year for. You do that 3 times, that's 100K right there. And the best part is, oh, how much time, I forgot to ask her, but how much time do you actually put in managing this property every month? How many actual time? I don't know if I think she's still here. We can maybe unmute her and maybe share that real quick or just pop in the chat, right? But
Hey
yeah.
there. Not a whole lot of time. I would say in the beginning, it's probably more time in the beginning because you gotta get it listed, right? And all of the sites, the corporate sites. Then you gotta try to furnish it. You try to do the marketing and all that. So in the beginning, it's a little bit more time, but once it's all set up and you've got a family in there, a corporate family in there, it's pretty hands off, and your clients are not needy. These are corporate clients, so you're working with corporate people. So you're not having to deal with the everyday, getting calls about this or that. None of that at all. It's pretty hands off once you have it set up.
Awesome. So like maybe a few hours a month, you would say usually? That's what happened, right?
Yeah, yeah. I check on them here and there, but for the most part, they're very self sufficient. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So I want to point that out to you and everybody too, is you see why this is the most important thing you can do is getting that passive income, right? Because we all getting older, we all having health issues, we all can't just work 40, 50 hours a week that we used to, right? But even if you do, why, like your time is worth so much more when you can figure out a system that will pay you literally thousands of dollars a month, just a few hours a month, which you equivalent to about an hour to a week, you see? So that's super, super powerful. You can multiply that just a few more times, and boom, you have freedom the rest of your life, right? So thank you, Honorable, again. Thanks for
Thank you,
chiming
Dr.
in.
Cho. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. We see you. Okay. So any questions do you guys have here, what we share so far? The next step for those who are serious is book a call with us to see if you are qualified to be my mentee as well and see we have alignment with what we do. I only select just a few. I have a limited amount of mentee a month too. So I want to make sure it's a good fit. There's a lot of one-on-one. I'd much rather have high quality than quantity, right? Because I am very passionate about this to help you achieve your dreams, your goals, as well as building the community. So if this sounds like you, then apply. If not, no worries. We're only want serious people as well. So the link's in the chat here. But if you know that it's you, but you have fear and doubt or whatever, I would highly encourage you, like my mentor, Tony Robbins would say, when would now be the best time, right? Or Grant Cardone would say, if you don't do anything different, the only way that you can change, your life can change, is first you gotta change, right? So you guys gotta ask yourself, how much longer do you still want to stay stuck in whatever you are doing? Okay. How much longer are you keep on missing the time, the family events, the family bonding love time that you have in your family? Okay. So how much longer? How much longer? How much longer? All right. So with that, I'm also waiting for your questions here. And I'll go to the next step here real quick. But let me download this video while
I want to introduce somebody very special, amazing, awesome student who's working 50 hours a week with 2 little kids. It's really blown my mind how working moms can also build a side business that within months able to make 6-figure income. Now she have 20 properties, 20 corporate housing, generating more than doctors make. And also travel. She travel, take vacation almost every single month. I'm just so happy and grateful to have her here. It's Coach Ann.
Hi guys, I'm Anne. To be correct, I'm actually having 21 properties. It wasn't that I'm taking vacation every month, but actually every week. I wouldn't be able to do all that without doing the corporate housings.
I've been following Dr. Chau for a long time on Instagram because for me, I'm thinking if I'm going to invest, I want to make sure that I invest wisely because I worked hard for my money, right? And so I've been following Dr. Chau for a long time. Our life has just been so much easier with corporate housing, with our one house. For the last months, we've spent honestly the entire time like 5 hours within like these last like 5 months. So an hour a month, guys, honestly.
I like is the access, having access to Dr. Chau, the coach. I got his phone number. I can call him for anything. You got to make time or get on their schedule. But Dr. Chau was ready to answer my call if I need it. I haven't yet, but I have faith and know that he will pick up. So that's a big bonus. I tested him. When I say test him, I test his character. And that's what I like about Dr. Chau. He's a real guy. That's why I appreciate Dr. Chau and the program himself.
It has been a learning experience for us because it's a whole new business. We also come from corporate America, college and real estate. All of that was completely new for us. I had a hard time with making the phone calls, but like you guys said, like, it's just important to just go for it and make the calls. And we did, we jumped on it, started making phone calls. And after that, it really only took 2 or 3 phone calls. We got our first property in September. We went to go meet the property owner and he's like an investor. And when he met us right away, we introduced ourselves, met him in person, shook his hand. Felt like we were family. He never did a background check on us, credit check, nothing. He signed the lease that night. Definitely a blessing. And then we had our house listed within 2 weeks after that. He actually referred us to an investor friend. So our second property that we got, they offered it to us. We listed it on a Wednesday, and by Friday, we had 3 inquiries and it's booked for 3 months now. This house that we got now, we rented for $1,895. I think with the insurance, we're charging $4,200 per month.
We have faith in this program and we're happy with the coaches. Been really great to us. We're excited to get our 3rd and 4th property by the end of the year, hopefully. Let's go.
Within the first month of joining the program, we had a baby. The next month, we onboarded 3 houses. What is your excuse? Let's get on board.
Yes. All right. Let's go more content. Okay. So we're doing the last push here of rapid fire content for you guys. As much as I can, give you guys the best gem, but don't go anywhere because the last 10 minutes, I'm going to guide you to a spatial exercise that I learned from the billionaire himself, Tony Robbins, that had literally changed everything for our lives. So let's go over here. Because I know a lot of people might be struggling right now, right? With the economy, with everything. So I want to teach you guys a way you can do this with 0 money down, okay? And how you can make 6-figure passive income without owning real estate, okay? So the key here is called co-hosting or corporate hosting. So you understand the number. When you rent it for $3,000, but you can sublease for a company for about double, so $6,000, for example. You can do co-hosting, joint venture, consulting, or management. You make about 20%. So that's $1,200 a month. Utility $500, vacancy 10%, $600 total net rent to the owner, $3,700. Extra cash flow to the owner is $700. So check this out. By helping the landlord, instead of the owner just break even, or just making $200-300, now they're making $1,000. You're making an extra $700 or $1,000 a month for them. You see? So that's over $12,000 a year you're making for the landlord, for the homeowner. Why? Because you are resolving the landlord problem. If the owner manage the property themselves, the tenants can squat at the property, right? And eviction take a bunch of time, energy, right? A lot of headaches. But with us, you don't have to worry about that because we literally have no eviction for the past 10 years. Okay? Because it's corporate clients. And then the second problem that owner will manage is maintaining the property. Who here have to become the plumber, the electrician, risking your life, and the cleaner at your home? as your property sometimes, right? You understand what I'm talking about? Because you don't have the cash flow to hire a professional. Now, when we have corporate rental, we have the money to hire a professional. So you don't have to risk your life. You don't have to go and clean the properties like you did. You don't have to maintain, be a plumber and all of that, right? And then if the owner manages the property, there's no profit usually. When we manage property, we triple their profit for them. Triple. Literally triple. So what's the pitch to a landlord? Is how would you like to double or triple your cash flow while I do all the work? Remember, guys, you only need a couple of these landlords to achieve financial freedom. So don't give up. Okay. Literally, it's just a couple. Where one landlord I have, he's a listing agent. He gave me 10 properties over the years. 10. Those 10 properties make about 20,000 a month. So 200K a year. Just from one relationship. You see what I'm saying? Manage and scale from there. That's it. So there you go. No excuses now. I show you a way where you don't have to put any money down. You're adding value to your landlord. You're getting passive income. Okay. So what is the difference between arbitrage and co-hosting? Arbitrage is you re-rent the property. Co-hosting is zero money down strategy. Arbitrage, you got to pay first month rent, first month deposit plus furniture. Okay. No need to do that with co-hosting. The profit is less though. Co-hosting, you earn about $1,000 a month, give or take. Arbitrage, you earn about 2,000 or 3,000 a month. Okay. The risk, arbitrage, a little bit more risk. Okay. But it's way less risk than buying a property, right? 10 times less risk. Okay. When you do arbitrage, because you don't, the worst thing can happen when you buy a property is you go to foreclosure. You lose your property, lose everything, right? The worst thing can happen when you do arbitrage, if it doesn't work out, all they do is keep your deposit and 1 month rent, 5 to 10K. That's it. The worst thing can happen with co-hosting, if it doesn't work out, is you give them, hey, I'm sorry, maybe you lose some of your time. That's about it. Or you want to be really nice, you give them your commission, and that's it. You're not really losing much of anything. You see? That's why I love about low risk, high reward. It's called asymmetrical risk to reward ratio. That's something I learned from Tony Robbins. Scale. Co-hosting, you can scale super fast because you don't have to put any money down. Remember, right? You really don't have to put any money down. So you can scale 10 times faster. All right, so arbitrage formula, remember, take a screenshot, put this on a wall somewhere. This is exactly what you need. 3 months from now, you could be making 10,000 a month. Remember, a fast student did it in 1 month. 6 months, now you can make 20,000 a month. Now fast student did 20,000 a month in like a month and a half. So imagine that for you. What would that mean for you and your family? What would that be worth for you? Co-hosting, about 1,000 a month, probably scale fast. Okay, we don't have much time left. So I'm gonna go to you the last exercise that will change everything for you. This is the most important. Okay, so you've been sleeping, time to wake up. Okay. Now, everybody, focus, relax for the next 10 minutes here. And I will share with you. And if you haven't yet, the links to book the calls in the chat. Okay. Last call for that. I know I'll have my candles on and fill it up. So anyway, let's put a hand on your heart. Deep breath. Deep breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Deep breath. Relax. Count 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax. 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax. 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax. Okay. Now, imagine that you do nothing with this lifeline that God throw at you, right? and you procrastinate, you're making excuses. Oh, it's too good to be true. Oh, it's gonna happen for somebody else, not for me. You know, whatever, it's a scam, all that. And you believe all those lies. You don't do anything. And guess what? Imagine yourself a year from now, looking back, it's 2027, and you're still stuck in the same old rut. It's 2026. And even though you had that lifeline back in that faithful July 14, 2026, you didn't take it. Instead, you're making excuses. You keep lying to yourself. And you're making more excuses, make you feel better about yourself. But the reality is, you are older, have more health issues. You don't know what to do. No lights at the end of the tunnel. Imagining 5 years from now, how you feel. In 10 years from now, still making the same excuses. Have some major health issues. Your family can't even look at you the same way. Or they have to suffer because of your procrastination, inability to make the decision, or making excuses. Okay? How you feel. Seeing the eyes of your loved ones so disappointed in you. Who are you doing this for? Think about them. Think about seeing the disappointment 10 years from now. 20 years from now, your kids, your grandkids, what would they do? You took the blue pill and live a life of quiet desperation. You know you meant for better, but you let fear get the most of you. How you feel? I hope. I know it feels bad, and you want to embrace it because it's much better to do it now, okay? And when if you don't, it will actually happen. Imagine you're on your deathbed, looking back. Your kids, your grandkids don't want to visit you anymore because you are absolutely broke. You have nothing to offer them except for a live example of what they should not be doing. How you feel? Okay. Let that pain, feel that pain. See the disappointment in your kids, in your grandkids. Woulda, woulda, coulda, shoulda. When you tell them on your deathbed, don't do what I did. Be a better man or woman than I have. That hurt. Let it hurt. That's the only way most people can change. Okay. All right. Now, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. And you just breathe out like that. Let it go. Now, here's the fun part. Now breathe in. Deeply, relax. Deep breath, relax. Deep breath, relax. Now, imagine you put on your best self. Remember the time where you're on top of the world? It could be a graduation, your wedding, you accomplished something, you bought your first home, whatever it is, you feel the most excited on top of the world. Bringing yourself back to that moment. Embody that energy. Imagine yourself on top of the world, on top of life. You have a name for that badass? Give it a name. For me, for example, it's Stone Lion. I'm a Stone Lion, baby. Okay, I kick ass, I take name. I don't take no for an answer. Okay? How about you? What is that name for your badass? give her or him that name. Embody it now. Puff up the chest, roll your shoulder back, stand up straight. You're standing, you're sitting down, sit up straight. Now, come from a place of power. You, even though the devil is trying to teach you all the excuses and all of that, you kick ass, you take name, you command yourself, the best self, to make it happen. You took the red pill and see how far the rabbit hole will go. And because of that, 3 months from now, you made 10,000 a month. Your life changed forever. 6 months from now, you make 20,000 a month, or whatever that number is for you, fill it in. Imagining you have that number, that money coming in every single month, whether you work or not, whether it's rain or shine, they'll probably still make you money. Okay? How do you feel? Imagine a year from now. You got your ultimate freedom, traveled around the world, hang out with your kids, your grandkids, whatever you want to do. Finally get married, enjoy life, travel, eat good food, have peace of mind, don't stress out anymore. Your health got better, you exercise every day. How you feel? Imagine 5 years from now, how you feel. You have your own mansion, you retire your parents. Who are you fighting for? Imagine their faces, happy, healthy, joyful. Imagine that, how you feel. Okay? Imagining giving them, retire your parents. Okay? Your spouse, travel around the world. Your kids, give them the best education, give experience, travel with them. Homeschool, whatever you want to do. How do you feel 10 years from now? You're a multi-millionaire. You have a foundation. You leave a legacy. Your kids look up to you. Imagining on your deathbed, how you feel to be remembered by. Oh, my grandma, my grandpa did this. There was some estate here in the Europe that's over 500 years old and still the same family name. That's incredible. That's the legacy right there. Imagine you're 100 generations from now, your family are well taken care of because you have the real estate to back them up. How you feel? What that look like? It's still today that you talk about like the villa on Lake Como of so and so great grandfather who helped them. How you feel about that? Right? What would that do for you, your spirit, your future? How you feel? Embrace it, loving it, you're powerful. Now, coming from this state, I want you to count down 10 to 1 and celebrate as if you have broke through, as if you have a new life. You are reborn today, no matter what happened before you're reborn today. So everybody put your hands in the screen and count down with me and celebrate the roof up, okay? So ready? 10, 9, 8. You're making this happen. You make 6-figure income. You go overcome all the challenges. 7, 6. You got partners, you got community, you got mentorship. Nothing can stop you. 5, 4. You broke through and cha-ching. Self-robbery at 1, 2. Over 10, 20 properties over the next year. 1. You make 6-figure, multiple 6-figure, and have freedom, rest of your life. You leave a legacy of love, of faith, of kindness. 0. Celebrate. Great job, guys. So proud of you guys. It's definitely on this thing. Okay. So, all right. Can I you book a call? I'll see you on the call. Otherwise, have a good night. God bless. And we see you on the inside. Take care, guys. God bless. Bye-bye.